Dancing on Ice judge Ashley Banjo has opened up about the negative response his group Diversity got following their performance on Britain's Got Talent in 2020. Their dance marked the first of the semi-final episodes and paid tribute to George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter movement. Ashley, 33, is passionate about using his platform to make a difference and even went on to scoop up a BAFTA award 10 months later for the year's must-see moment alongside his Diversity co-stars. However, Diversity's routine proved to be controversial to some, with Ofcom receiving nearly 30,000 complaints at the time. The dancer went on to explain in a recent interview how the angry reactions from some members of the public had made him hesitant to leave his house. Speaking about how he felt following the backlash, he said, "It consumed every waking moment at one point. We'd never had a negative reaction to anything really, and this was a huge reaction." The star went on to reveal that he felt like he couldn't leave his home for a few weeks. "I needed a little while to process what was going on," he explained in an interview with Radio Times. "You don't know how messages on Twitter or Instagram will translate in the physical world." The star went on to acknowledge that he had been exposed to threats of physical violence and menacing messages warning his dance troupe away from training in their regular studio. In response to whether he had received any threats following the memorable Britain's Got Talent moment, he said, "Yep. People saying I'd get my head kicked in. Then other people chiming in saying they can't wait to see it. People took photos of our studio and said, there are a few of us who don't want you training here anymore, so hopefully we don't bump into you." Diversity's 2020 performance that sparked Ofcom complaints was a routine inspired by and in support of the Black Lives Matter movement set to a track which featured the phrase, "I can't breathe." The chilling words were repeated by African-American George Floyd before he died in the custody of the Minneapolis police on May 25, 2020. The routine began by reflecting on what had happened in 2020 so far, with reference to the coronavirus pandemic, before addressing racism both in the UK and around the globe. Ofcom received complaints from people who claimed it was unsuitable for a family audience, endorsing a political movement too critical of police, while some even claimed the routine was racist against white people. However, the regulator stood steadfastly behind Diversity's performance, with a spokesperson saying, "We carefully considered a large number of complaints about this artistic routine, an area where freedom of expression is particularly important." Diversity's performance referred to challenging and potentially controversial subjects, and in our view, its central message was a call for social cohesion and unity. Any depictions of violence by the performers were highly stylized and symbolic of recent global events, and there was no explicit reference to any particular political organization, but rather a message that the lives of Black people matter. Britain's Got Talent judges Alessia Dixon and Amanda Holden also threw their support behind the dance group, both commenting on Ashley's Instagram post about the backlash, with the former saying of those who complained, "They can kiss my black ass."